So today we're going to be using crayons for our art project. Crayons look like this if you don't have them. If you have them at home, awesome, we're going to use them today. If not, just find something that makes some sort of color for your artwork today. So the pieces I have chosen out of my crayon box are all of these different blues. That's going to be my color family for today. We're going to get into that a little bit more during our Nearpod screencasting presentation. So we're going to learn about that a little bit later. But that is just picking a similar color from light to dark and then practicing using that on your own little value scale on the back of your sheet, just like this. So as far as materials you will need today, you'll need your crayons, you'll need a piece of paper and a pencil of some sort, and then hopefully the easiest object I can require of you, you just need to find a bunch of different kitchen utensils. I'm like the weirdest Wolverine. Anyways, so you're going to get all of those objects and you're going to put them together in an interesting composition. I'm kind of just randomly putting them out there and then adjusting what I think needs to be moved in order to make my own composition. Once I have that composition done, then I'm not going to move them for the rest of our project. A lot of you remember this from our classroom experiences with still lives. Once we put it there, it stays still. It does not move. So my objects are going to be there. I have my piece of paper in front of me. That's when I grab my pencil and we're going to start drawing what we see. Remember, do the proportions first, then we'll go in and add the details. So you can see right now, just on this step, I'm just doing the basics of the drawing. So I'm getting out all the shapes, like I said, the proportions from one object to another, because you don't want to start on one object and then not do the rest of them and then later find out that object is way too small or way too big. You need to get a good sense of where everything is laid out on your paper as far as our proportions go, and then we'll start adding in the details. We don't want to add in a lot of shading with our pencil though, because that's what we're going to do with our color family to make our monochromatic drawing. So that's our project for this week. I'm so excited to see what you guys make. Don't forget to submit them to my email so that I can also submit them to the Aldine Art Competition. That's a great opportunity that Dr. Kelly thought of, and that's a great way for us to get some publicity into the amazing educational artwork that you're creating at home, because I know it takes a little time here and there to get up and go when we're doing these kind of projects, but I so appreciate every single student that has submitted their work to me, because it shows that you are investing yourself not only in your education but also the artwork that you're creating. I couldn't be more proud of you as students. Don't forget to submit those pieces to me. I'm going to go drink some coffee, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
All right, it is week 4 of our digital learning for Eisenhower High School. This week's project is going to be based around kitchen utensils and color families. So for our assignment this week, we need to find at least 5 kitchen objects, utensils, machines, something with an interesting shape, and they can all be the same object or a different object. It's completely up to you. You just need to find something in your kitchen that might be interesting to draw. So the second part of our assignment, you need to draw big. We need to have at least 3 edges of the paper that have something of the object running off. That means we are super zoomed in on our objects so that there's barely any background space behind it. And the last part of our assignment, you need to use a color family in your artwork so it is monochromatic. Now, going into that vocabulary a little bit, we are going to talk about monochromatic drawings right off the bat. So a color family kind of makes up a monochromatic drawing or painting. Color families are divisions of the color wheel into 3 types of colors: warm colors, cool colors, and neutral colors. And you can see the breakdown on the left. Some of these colors are very similar, but they have different tints and shades. The 5 steps of our color family we are going to be concentrating on is going to be a light color, a light to medium color, a medium to dark, and a dark color. It kind of makes up a value scale of that particular color. So this is kind of what we're going to choose today, is a 5 crayon color family. Now hopefully you all have crayons. If you don't, just find something that you can use for color. Because you can see on the left we have a couple examples of our color families, and on the right we have some crayons there that are laid out there in a value scale of sorts. But remember, we're only picking 5 based on those steps previously mentioned. So here's a historical example of a monochromatic still life. This is Vase with 15 Sunflowers, a painting by Vincent van Gogh. And I also wanted to show you a contemporary example. So this is by Olan Ventura. This is a series called Glitched, as though these paintings were being printed off and the printer glitched. So now we have these amazing colors that are up and moving vertically in our compositions that looked as though they glitched in that composition too. So keeping those in mind, those are really advanced still lives. We're going to think about our own pieces now. So this is a couple examples of how to draw these still lives. And these are in black and white, but we also have our color examples. So this is another example of a monochromatic still life. This is kind of our goal for this project, is to think of an interesting composition, have it really, really zoomed in so at least 3 edges have an object running off. And we're also keeping that monochromatic or color family theory throughout the entire project. So this is a reminder of our assignment guidelines, and I also have particular steps for you. So you need to pick out a color family, 5 different crayons from light to dark, pick 5 objects from your kitchen and arrange them in an interesting way. Zoom in on your composition, make your objects big, and begin sketching the objects. After that, make a value scale from light to dark so you can map out your values. And finally, use your color family to color in the values you see in order to complete your work of art. Last example here I wanted to show you is a really advanced example. So if you feel like you're ready to commit to your art this week, throw in a couple more objects, push yourself a little further. This is an amazing, amazing work that every single one of you can do. We just have to invest the time into our projects. I know each and every one of you can do that. So commit to a certain time of the day to start and finish your schoolwork. Invest time in your artwork, because I can tell how much time you've spent on your project. No matter what your level of art, the more time you spend on it and invest on yourself and your work, the better it will work. That goes for anything in life. The more you commit, the better it will look. So, you decide your own success. I know that all of you can do it. If you run into any problems with this project, reach out to me through my email. I will get back to you as soon as possible. Miss you guys. I hope you are having a good time with your break, but please keep working on these projects. I know that you all want to continue your education, so you can do this.